Naruto 616. I would strongly suggest, we're in the final arc, right? Where this 2013 could be it for Naruto. I guess there's a movie in 2014, but enjoy it while it's here. That's my philosophy. And I would say anybody that didn't take a look at the color page, should check it out. It is really, whether you agree with it or not, it is really, really interesting looking. It looks like we have Naruto with 9 swords, and he's got the Kyuubi helm, and Sakura looks pretty wild. A very feminine samurai. That's the take. It's awesome. And then Sasuke. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look like Sasuke, but whatever. So I guess it's Sasuke, and then it's just really interesting. The backdrop is got the water, the earth, the sky, a bunch of clouds with lightning coming out of the clouds. Is a lot of detail. Really interesting. Like I say, you know, and we should enjoy the series while it's still here, you know, because when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, moving on. Sasuke, what a freak out this was. Wow, just when we didn't want to switch over, it gets us like a head fake, right? Kishimoto. But I like this. I'm just going to tell you up front that I love, and I've said this a lot of times, I love I love this, a little bit of this. We got some action. We have some orientation, right, in what Sasuke Orochimaru's doing. And I like this. Give us some progression on all the fronts. Even little mini flashbacks, right? Shikamaru, Ino. I just love the entire way that this was handled. To me, I wish pretty much every chapter was like this. And there's a lot to think. Now, there's a lot of little things that happen that are just awesome in this chapter. I know there wasn't a one thing that happened in the chapter. Okay, it was a lot, and even the discussions between. Well, anyway, I'm skipping ahead. So to finish up on the whole thing with Sasuke and Orochimaru, Orochimaru is really, really relaxed, isn't he? And the whole thing about them feeling the chakra, and the whole thing about Sasuke getting annoyed, you know, from I guess Naruto's power up and all that. It just plays into the hands of Orochimaru, because whatever the power-up is, it's like, well, it's going to cost you this, and you have to kill these people or do whatever. I think Sasuke at this point is willing to do anything. You know, it's like he goes bad, and then he kind of goes more toward the middle, and then he goes bad again. And you know, his motivations, the whole, whether it's jealousy of Naruto or competitiveness or just a combination of the two or whatever, he has always been, whenever it comes right to the crunch of it, he's always been willing to do whatever it took to get more power. So, you know, he keeps getting him in even more trouble. Now, the whole thing with the power-up, the way that Naruto is like a power battery, right? Little mini power stations. It is incredible. But there's a couple of things that I think that maybe people missed. I kind of missed it the first read. One is whose chakra is Naruto dispensing? Okay, the Nine Tails we would assume, but now this is, it looks like he's impaled, right? He's beat up and impaled, but we get confirmation. He says, this is the Nine Tails? And he's like, no, this chakra is Naruto's. Alright, and then the very next panel, the Nine Tails is saying, he says, converting my chakra and Naruto, dispersing it like that. So, the way this is worded, I mean, you never know with the translations, is that this isn't pure Nine Tails chakra, that it's somehow really Naruto's. And like I say, she said it right on the panel. So I don't think this is pure. I think people have missed this, that they think, well, this is pure Nine Tails chakra. But from these panels, which you can check yourself, it doesn't seem to be that that's the deal. But anyway, that's what Kurama said. And like I say, he's a sensor type. They said, well, we're not even a sensor type, right? Orochimaru and Sasuke and that thing, we could still sense it. But he was a sensor type that says that's not the Nine Tails chakra. That's Naruto's. And then even, what was it, the July interview last year, Kishimoto even said Cage Bushin's his favorite at the moment, Jitsu. So more clones, more Cage Bushin, and this works really, really, really well. The power-ups are awesome, and it makes sense once you can get past the fact that this chakra isn't pure Nine Tails chakra, and it's actually something that can be usable by the way that I read it. Also, going back a bit, the whole thing about even Madara being shocked by what Naruto and Kuruma did is pretty. It's saying something. Madara is usually really on top of it. Of course, he gets back in his know-it-all mode pretty quick. But and then the whole thing about Hinata. There's so many little details. Even the thing with Hinata with like a lower level ability, knocking back one of the Jubi hands coming at her. That was, and even one of the characters on the panel says badass. That really was. That was pretty incredible. So they're all powered up. Madara's entertained by it. But lots of little things to enjoy. Like I say, look, if we're in the final arc, we're in the final part, which is what it absolutely seems to be, why don't we take our time and enjoy the series? Like I say, that would, in my opinion, would be the wisest thing for us all to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my time and absolutely enjoying this series. And then the whole thing of the flashback, well, Team 10 is really the center of this, right? Getting the power-ups, the Nara clan. So, but the flashbacks, finally we get some closure. There's so many awesome little parts to this. I just love it. The tapas, some of this, some of that. And many flashbacks. Many flashbacks can be awesome, and they are. Shikamaru, his father, Inu, her father, they're really, really good. The whole thing where Inu protected Sakura, just awesome stuff. I could have done without the whole, Sasuke and Inu. So now we've got another, it's not even like love triangles anymore. It's just, I don't even know what we're up to, but I don't know where that's at. Sasuke's in the center of a lot of love stuff, I guess. But anyhow, Ino, I was like, wow, is that still going on? Or maybe that's, I don't know. It looks, I don't know. But anyway, moving on from that. So I really love the closure. And the only real negative thing I would say, which most people think is funny, Shikamaru's father, the whole him going hero fairy tale, don't let somebody know about some kind of thing I got. A lot of people seem to think that was funny. Do you thought that was humorous? That's my only real criticism of Naruto, is usually it's not very funny. Although the whole thing with B and his thing about middle-aged women, I thought was trying to find a delicate way to say this. I thought was rather humorous. That I found was funny. Maybe it was just me. But anyway, I didn't find it that funny. But like I said, I usually don't find Naruto that funny. That's not why I go to it. But anyway, a lot of people got a lot of humor and a kick out of that. So I guess it was worth it. Now, where is this going to go? We all know that this is just the opening stage. This is absolutely positively not going to be the end. The whole thing with Rock Lee and the kind of the situation with Neji and being teared up and Tintin, I don't think anybody cares. But the end, some people have criticized the end of this as being so corny, but that's Naruto. That's what this is. Guy and Kakashi step up and lay it out there. Look, we do everything we can, right, to protect people that we care about, but you know that some of them are going to die, and when you get close to people, even when you give it all, bad things happen. And when you get close to people like that, it hurts. But you have to carry that on, right? That's part of getting close to people or being connected to other people like that. But you carry them inside you. It's corny, but I'm telling you, it's just spot on. And the whole thing of Obito wanting to, I mean, it's really a big deal, which is the whole thing of people preferring to live in a fantasy world where they don't have problems, right? As opposed to living in the real world with people where you do have problems, but you also get you have legitimate problems, but you have legitimate good stuff that comes from it. So I think this is actually an incredible thing to really talk about and explore. I think it's pretty deep, to be perfectly honest. And what was so amazing, just closing this up, realize it's going a little long, is that Naruto steps up. Okay, Guy and Kakashi, right? They just explain it. Look, hey, you know what? It hurts when people die, but as long as you remember basically their awesomeness, you know, and you remember how they were, then they really don't die, as long as you're remembering them. And I don't know, maybe, well, I am corny, so that something like that would connect to me. But and then Naruto really stepping up and showing some much needed maturity, which he's done pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. This has been a pretty long video. I absolutely loved it. And of course, as every week, I'll always do viewer comments. I can't wait for the feedback. There's so much stuff, so many things out there to talk about. So please leave your comments, as always. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate the tone of the comments that are on here. People are going after characters and not each other, which is absolutely awesome. Anybody can be an anime fan. Anybody can be a Naruto fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.